yes, by being
government.
part of the government bureaucracy.
Yes.
But that reminds me of the earlier point regarding the confidence and eagerness of Japanese people to go out from Japan and talk and dialogue and engage with people from other nations. And of course, Japan has historically a very good record in public diplomacy around the world and contributing substantial foreign aid to other countries and so forth. But I have noticed, I think, in the last 20 years, the number of Japanese young people who are coming through Harvard to study, it's not so strong as it was, I think, before. And so the issue of confidence again looms large. We have to give those young people the confidence and also persuade them to the value of going outside of Japan and exposing themselves to learn other perspectives.
Yes, and also mention their own views and
Of course.
experience to others. And
Right.
Usually the Japanese education emphasize how
As you said
they
earlier.
study, and that was very effective
Mm.
because in Fukuzawa Yukichi period, that Japanese Meiji period,
Yes.
we learned a lot by very skillfully learning, translating,
Yes.
learning from abroad. But now it is not. It is a time that the
Yes.
Japanese should
Go out again.
go out.
I'm wondering, since our time is becoming a little bit short here,
Yes.
yeah. But what I would like to ask is perhaps three recommendations,
Yeah.
three policy recommendations that you think are now very important in shaping the positive opportunity for Japan for, say, the next 3 to 5 years. It's a big question, but perhaps if you could give us three really important ideas that you would recommend for consideration.
I think for the government, the essence of Abenomics was to stimulate demand, mainly by monetary policy, by fiscal policy, to keep economic activity close to capacity level. Then it is meaningful to do structural
Yes.
improvement because demand is
Strong.
now made. So capacity is now the problem. I think it's closing. Bank of Japan fine if you exclude energy and fresh food,
Yes.
then Japanese markets are sort of tightened. So I think that part is now being done. But next thing is, as you say, to improve the capacity growth. And I think the major pillar, one of the major pillars is TPP, which I hope Hillary Clinton wouldn't absolutely object to. But that is one thing. The deregulation is going on, but Mr. Suga are trying hard, but it's slow because the bureaucrats are trying to dislodge Yoroi. Samurai is trying to get out of armor, but they are comfortable with regulation.
Yeah.
And corporate tax, US and Japan should be reduced and reconstructed because there are so many ad hoc I don't know about American way, but ad hoc thing. They
Same.
don't even complain that 35% is very hard, then American just smiled, but they are not actually paying
No,
35.
no.
So that's the same here.
Yes.
So, and bureaucracies get more park because of this
Yeah.
detailed regulation they want to. So that is important. So, but the most important thing is we have to not only government to deregulate, but all the idea in business circles that the stock market is dangerous and all the way seniority order prevailed and moderating or giving innovations that could be done for international firms and so forth. So
And
that's
I think just picking up on the last point,
Yeah.
that the confidence in investing in the equity markets and the bond markets, for that matter, it has to be a function in part of the level of transparency in the governance of these companies.
I see.
Because if the consumer can have confidence in the quality of the governance of the company, then perhaps they are more likely to make the investments again in the equity markets. At least that's my view.
And I recently, fortunately, I'm invited to sort of lectures to company executives and so forth.
Yes, yes.
And if I ask what is today's yen rate and stock market, some middle executives are listening. Just that's a different
Area.
area. So they have to be faithful to president or chairman and
Right.
be not to make mistakes in bad investments and so
Right,
forth.
sure,
So that
sure.
is very strong.
Very conservative, very
yes, and,
conservative constraint.
I was at MIT and close in office with Franco Modigliani or Bob
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Samuelson, all are
And
talking about stock market.
all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that just a few words in conclusion on my part. Very much appreciate the opportunity to have this dialogue, and I think the key, from my point of view, is really to revitalize the spirit of innovation in Japan, and to have more investment in R&D, research and development, but to have young people also empowered to do more in entrepreneurial terms. I mean, we have a famous Harvard Business School alumnus, I'm sure you know, Mr. Mikitani at Rakuten. In the United States, we have many Mikitanis, but maybe in Japan not so many. So it's a very important engine of growth, the development of new talent and young talent in entrepreneurial arenas.
Yeah.
So I hope that Japan will become even more successful in the recovery, that the recovery will work, but that the key to success going forward for the next 10 years will be more investment in innovation of the type that Mr. Morita at Sony so famously brought to us all through the Walkman, just to take one small, well-known example.
I was in economics, so when I see the education business school in the United States, I felt why they are talking about sort of soft economics has some resource, I thought, substance.
Right.
But right now, Japanese young people not just to resist all the bad ideas, but how effective they can explain themselves. And
Yes, also.
now I find American business education gives you all sorts of examples that how one can cope with sometimes unfriendly environment to change the system, but without making great hostility and so forth.
Yes.
That's kind of
So these soft skills of
Yes.
communication and
Yes.
persuasion, and
Yes.
team management, and understanding the competitor as well as the consumer point of view. All of this a very important part of American business education. As you say.
Japanese businessman dealt with technology first.
Yeah,
So
right. Engineering,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
Orientation.
strength, but
Yes.
in order to make it very helpful system, we need to
Have to have the
persuade
soft
somebody.
skills
Yeah.
as well as the hard technology capability. Well, thank you very
Thank you very
much,
much.
Mr. Hamada. Very,
Yeah,
very great pleasure and
yes.
honor to meet you.
Yeah.